Okay, so this is how usually an event goes. Had to put more machines in the to the event this time, so I had to get a U-Haul. And hauling all of these machines, every single one of the ones that we have, by myself, it was a struggle, but I had to get it done. Thank God I had a dolly, or else I would have passed out in probably the first 15 seconds. So these things, they light, but they ain't light. I guess you guys would probably understand what that meant. But when you're having to move, I want to say about 7 machines, and one of them being a cocktail table, which you can't put on a dolly, yeah, you got to just stay on it. So once I got started, couldn't stop. Yeah, right here, the 4-player machines are a headache because they're wide and my shoulders only go a certain amount. But I was able to get it up there pretty easy right there, but it is sort of sped up, so I ain't gonna say all of it. We were kind of on a time crunch. Had to get my daughter to my mom's, so we had to hit it as soon as we got there. And for some reason, my wife was trying to get me to do this in under 10 minutes, which is almost impossible, especially with a one-man job like that. So it was a very weird challenge, but I sort of tried to do it, but it wasn't happening. There's the Ridge Racing machine. That's my biggest hit right there. Had to be real careful with that one. Thought about getting help for this job, but hey, it is what it is. See, my wife is recording here. Getting those risers out of the way. Which one I get here? The old NBA Jam. Another big favorite. Shocked at how I was able to pick it up that fast. But let's see, once you get in the groove of it, you really can't stop. All right. So most of it after this is probably the heaviest of all the machines, the cocktail table. Now, when I got the cocktail table originally, it was already put together. So, yeah, that was not easy. It's not as easy as the video makes it look. Then the risers, all of those weigh about the same, so it wasn't that hard. What I did was I put them at the back of the machine, so I wouldn't have to tie anything down. So the risers would brace them in there. So when I'm going down the road, as you should see real soon, if I hit a bunch of bumps, wouldn't necessarily mess up any of the machines. I've loaded trucks in the past, so I had to use that experience to help me with that. There's the Wildcade. That one was actually easy. That thing doesn't weigh it's almost like a feather. And all I have to load here is the rest of the risers. At that point, I was sort of getting winded, so I was happy it was getting all downhill from there. Everybody in the neighborhood was stopping by asking me, were we moving? I said no. I had people looking at me sideways and standing in the parking lot. Yep. And that's me going down our 20.
Starchild City Amusements. Okay.
And there's the final setup once we got to Sabine High School. It actually came out a whole lot better than I thought it would. We had sort of a struggle because we only had 2 outlets, but we made it work. That's me putting the screen protector on top of the cocktail table, so if anybody wanted to eat or drink on that, it would have worked out. So it's the biggest setup I ever had to do, and something I was really happy with. A lot of hard work.